Welcome to your daily writing habit, episode number 841. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Writer Wednesday, everyone. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 20 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that 3 things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they can even turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those 3 things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. And once again, good morning, everyone. Happy Writer Wednesday. Each Wednesday here on the show, I share a quote that is pertinent to writing or being an author or all that other good stuff. I then find a way to apply it to your writing in the most actionable way possible. Here is this week's quote. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Wayne Dyer. And here is another related quote that serves our purposes today. We cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them. Albert Einstein. So when you get stuck in your manuscript, what are you more likely to do? Push on using the same writing techniques that got you there? Or try a different approach? And a caveat here, hopefully by the point that you encounter obstacles while writing your book, you've already laid a developmental foundation of some sort. In other words, you have some level of clarity about what your book is about, why you're writing it, what you're promising your reader, how you're going to deliver on that promise, how you're going to get them from the beginning to the end of your book's architecture and writing plan, so that when you do encounter a writing block, it's a substantial one, and one that couldn't be avoided simply by not skimping on the development phase. But let's assume that despite your best developmental efforts, you still hit a wall, a writing problem in your manuscript that you just can't seem to find a way around. Will you keep hacking away at it with what you do know about your book, your usual tools, and the writing techniques you've already been using up until this point? Or will you branch out and try something different? Will you think different? Try writing the part of your book that you're stuck on in a different genre. Here's the first suggestion. Or if it's a nonfiction book, try writing your content as a scene in a novel, or maybe write it as a speech. If you're writing a novel and are stuck, write the next scene as a poem or a song even, or a screenplay scene, or write it from the standpoint of a different character. Maybe one that's not even in your book, maybe a character you've invented for one of your other stories. Or maybe put yourself in your novel and write the scene from your point of view. I realize that some of these suggestions might sound far-fetched and rather difficult to implement. The point is, if you're stuck, think differently. Write differently. The more stuck you are, the more radically you should think differently and write differently to get unstuck. Creativity is creative for a reason. I know sometimes, even as creatives, it feels more like we're hacking away mechanically at our writing and we're in survival mode. We're just trying to get through the darn thing. We're in busy work mode. We're in what the heck am I doing mode. But we are writers because we have at least some level of ability to make stuff up, to use our imaginations, to create something where there was nothing. What better time to put all of these talents and abilities to work than when you're stuck and there's a creative problem to be solved? What better time than when you need to get unstuck? It's easy to associate imagination mostly with the good stuff, making up new story ideas, creating characters, all the fun stuff at the beginning of the book writing journey. That's where I think most of us attach imagination to. But one of the best uses of imagination that I can think of is to get yourself out of a writing jam. See how you can pair imagination and problem solving in those awesome brain neural circuits that you have up there in your author creative mind. See how you can pair that together, imagination and problem solving, kind of break away from imagination and coming up with new ideas and really use it as a tool to solve your writing obstacles. So to recap this week's quotes, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Wayne Dyer. And we cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them. Albert Einstein. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And be sure and drop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook for motivation, accountability, book writing, publishing resources, and more. I always drop the link in the show notes. Until tomorrow, happy writing.